There's a lot of emotions going on. And I guess it's been a long journey, but we're really happy with how it's come through.
It's the moment many Gweagal and Dharawal people have been waiting for years now. The handing back of spears that once belonged to their ancestors.
We thank them for understanding that after 254 years, it was time for the spears to come home. We're looking forward to the hand back, and we're looking forward to welcoming the spears back home.
It's a very celebratory moment, but also a sad one because our old people that kicked this campaign off are no longer with us, but we know they're looking down on us.
They're known as the Gweagal spears.
From a cultural standpoint, spears were made in a spiritual way by senior men of our community, and it relates to a dreaming story that we have on how Aboriginal people in Botany Bay were created. And so for us, there's a very spiritual connection with spears, and those ones in particular, because they were made from our very old people, they're quite significant to us.
They're 4 of about 40 spears that were taken by Captain Cook and his crew in 1770 after he arrived at what we now know as Botany Bay.
It's a story that's been passed down for a very long time, and it's a shared history for all Australians.
When Cook returned to the UK in 1771, he presented the spears to Cambridge University's Trinity College, along with other items he had collected during his voyage across the Pacific. Over the years, Indigenous artefacts ended up in institutions around the world, including shields, canoes, even human remains, things that meant a lot to Australia's First Nations, and things that they've asked to be given back. It's not just an issue for Australia. You see, European colonisers had a bit of a habit of taking things from the places they were, well, colonising, and many of those things can still be seen in museums. The Parthenon sculptures are on display at the British Museum, despite Greece asking for them back since 1835. And this bust of Nefertiti is currently sitting in a museum in Berlin, even though Egypt has been requesting its return since 1924. While many say that these items belong on display in museums for all the world to see, others reckon they should be returned to the place they came from. In the past few years, some institutions have been making an effort to return items that were taken without permission. And here in Australia, many are hoping the Gweagal spears could lead the way for more items being returned.
I really hope that other communities look at what we've done and that they say that they can do it too. I really hope now that other museums are able to look at this process and see how beneficial it is from all sides.
Nolene says that once the Gweagal spears have landed back in Australia, they will go on display at the place where they were originally made, so all Aussies can appreciate them and their historical and cultural significance.
We actually get the spears back to where they belong. Gives us obviously a positive outcome that we get to show our community and our younger community.
I think for all Australians, it's important that where our shared history started between Aboriginal and non-Aboriginal people in Australia, that we have them back. For our people, it's important that those that were taken without permission is returned to the rightful owners.